Good morning, all. Matt Long, Realtor here, rocking the full-on Sam Darnold do, like that. You see Gary Vaynerchuk rock that. Hear that, Gary V? Can you do that? Can you rock a Sam Darnold? Call it a challenge. By the way, if you want, add your Sam Darnold do photos down below. Hey, Kurt. I'm going to give few quick tips today. I have a full article over on my website, mattlongrealtor.com, that you can read the full article on this, but I'm going to give 5 quick tips today on buying a home, real estate, any property. Number 1 is very big. Financing. Credit. That is huge. Make that your first thing. It's always important, I say, to start with your one thing, your theme. In order to make any of the other things happen, you have to do that one thing. It's going to be the most important thing, and that's financing. Without financing, if your credit's not in order, acquiring a loan for that mortgage, it's much tougher. Hey, Ryan. Radio Ryan there. Good guy there. Guys, if you haven't, definitely go over, follow Ryan. It's, correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan. Ryan Scrum Radio. If I remember, is at Twitter and Instagram handles. Great guy. Great guy there. First of all, like I said, financing. You want to get your financing in order. That is basically the catalyst on what you can and cannot buy. It's good to have good cash reserves, because cash on the table could be the difference between you getting the property that you want and somebody else getting it. So financing is huge. Keep that at the front of mind, and make sure to focus on that. There's tons of different options out there. I've noticed the industry has loosened up when it has come to mortgages. So from what I'm understanding, most people with a 580 or better credit score are typically qualifying for mortgages, obviously given the debt to income ratio and any other stuff like that. Now, I don't do mortgages, so it's always best to contact a mortgage professional. If you're interested, download my free app. Just go to the website section of any of my social media profiles and just click on it. Download it free. The greatest thing about my app, I think, because unlike Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com and find your XYZHome.net or whatever you want to go to, I'm not selling your data. Your data is just going to hang out and chill there in my app, and you can save your searches and search anywhere in North America. So also, you can contact me if you have questions. I have several different lenders I work with all over Florida, where I'm licensed, and throughout North America as well. So it's a pretty expansive network that I've, over the years, worked to build. But getting your financing in order is number 1. All right, number 2, hire a professional. Whether you're selling or buying, either way, hire a professional. And the reason I say this is, you hire a realtor or a real estate agent. There is a difference. Realtors pay a lot of money and have other and more accountability to be called a realtor. So I'm a member of My Florida, which was Mid-Florida MLS, which is one of the largest in the United States, and also Ocala, Marion County. So it's like 23 counties is where my MLS I pay for. It's over $1,000 a year just so I can be a part of them. It's kind of some backstory on that. To be a part of them and be able to have access to it and give you guys access to it as well. There's also accountability measures as being a realtor. You're held to higher standards, different best practices, and you really try to operate more so as a fiduciary than anything. So like I said, hire a professional. Professionals know the market. They work in the market every single day. They work with homes. They work with, finding renters. I know I had a question earlier this week, can a realtor help you find a home to rent? Absolutely. Most don't. Honestly, because it takes about 3 times as much work to find a rental property than it does to find a home for sale. But that's one of the areas I work within and I specialize in. So if you need any help on that, by all means, contact me. And if I'm not able to help you, I'll make sure to get you over to the right people that do. Next, so just to kind of recap: 1, financing; 2, professional; 3, find a property or home you can afford. You want to find something that's where you can live comfortably. There's some great mortgage people out there. A lot of people work to get you into a home, but understand, a big part of the bubble and the collapse of the housing market was a lot of people in houses they couldn't afford. Whether they admit it or not, that's a big part of it. So making sure that you get a property that you can afford. Now, is it going to be your dream home? Oftentimes, especially if it's your first home or your first upgrade home, it's not necessarily exactly what you want. But that's okay, because you have lots of options. Real estate, typically, prices and values go up, and you can always rent it. So if you have questions on that, I'll have an article out before too long on property management. But as I always say, you can always hire a property manager. Again, rentals is one of the areas I specialize in, so you can contact me. Again, downloading that free mobile app is the best way to do that, because you can text me, email me, call me right from there. So, or anywhere on social media at Matt Long Realtor. And I have a full article of these 5 tips over on the website. I'll add it down in the comment area as well. It's and Adam said, or Ryan Adams says it's Scrum Ryan Radio. That's his handle. Great guy. He has always a lot of fun stuff. Being in radio, he's always seems to be in all the funnest and best places. I want to be his shadow sometimes. But the other is, do your homework. It's number 4. Do your homework. It's why you want to hire a professional. They're going to help, but you want to do your homework. Understand the schools in the area. Why is the value at where it's at? Are you close to interstates? Or think about what you enjoy. If you're a beach person but don't like to live near the beach, you probably want to be close to an area that has a highway that can get you to beaches. So where I'm at right now, right near the Villages, pretty much 45 minutes to an hour and 20 minutes from 4 or 5 different beaches. Most of them over on the East Coast. With Tampa, living in Tampa, you're pretty much 45 minutes, an hour from 5 of the best beaches in Florida and 3 of the top beaches in the United States. Obviously excluding Puerto Rico, because they didn't consider that a part of the United States when they did that polling either, I don't think. But yeah, do your homework. Know the area you're in. Understand if it's family-based, if it has HOAs, who's on the HOA. Don't be afraid if you're going to preview a home, if you set time aside to go knock and talk to the neighbor. It's not out of line. If you're looking to buy a house, wouldn't you want to talk to who lives next door? They're going to live next door to you for potentially the next 30 years or whenever until you decide to sell or move. So it's probably a good idea to go knock and say, hey, I'm Matt. I live next door to you. And I may come borrow a rake from time to time. And hopefully I return it within a reasonable amount of time. If not, it'll be in my garage. Just let me know, you know. I'm bad at returning things. I'm sorry. If I borrowed something and I didn't return it right away, it's on me. But to recap, number 1, financing. Get your financing in order. Number 2, hire a professional. Number 3, find a house or property that you can afford. Number 4, do your homework. And lastly, number 5, think long term. Now, not necessarily, I know people say you want to live in the home for 5 years. 5 years is typically paying off the closing costs, you know, the stuff that you pay the brokers and the title company and everybody that's facilitating your property being legally purchased. So it takes about 5 years to pay off some of that stuff. If you have mortgage protection insurance because of a VA or FHA loan, could take a little longer, but they say it's about 5 years, so that'll pay that off. And then you're starting to get more into paying down the actual towards the principal of the property. However, there's a lot of times I know people say, I'm only going to live there 2 years, why would I buy? Well, the great thing about the house is it doesn't move, right? So you can sell it, and I'm all for you selling it. But if you're in an area that a lot of people want to move to, it might be more advantageous to rent the house and then let tenants pay for the mortgage for you. So think long term. So is it a property that you see yourself living in for a significant amount of time? Or is it an area or a property that you can see people wanting to live in, move in and out of the area? So that way, if there's a high volume of people that are always moving into the area, it might be more advantageous for you to rent the property than it is to sell it. Again, there's a lot of options out there. Anyway, if you have any questions, want to search for properties, I see Lindsay's on there. Hi, Lindsay. Go to the website portion of my profile, click on the link, download my free app, and you, like I said, search anywhere in North America. If you have questions, just there's a button. Just hit that button. You can call me, text me, email me, and I will either have answers for you or find answers for you. Either way, like I said, the best part about the app is you don't have to worry about your data being sold or traded, and now you got a bunch of people calling to sell you security systems and want to talk about that credit card, you know, the one, you know, that one card, that card, you know, there's nothing wrong with it right now, but we're calling to talk about that card, you know. Yeah, so those people aren't going to give you a call from downloading my app and creating a profile. Your data is all kept there. That's one thing that I'm very big on, is data security and making sure that whatever information that goes into my system stays there. It's just a bigger picture though. I'm with Keller Williams Realty. Gary Keller, one of the co-founders of Keller Williams, feels very much the same way. So he does not want his data shared at all. It's his, you know, those are people that have trusted him with their information. So he is very big on making sure that even some of the third parties we work with, that they're not able to keep or use your data at all. Everything stays within within that particular agent's data system. So it would only be in my data system. So again, you'll have my information right away too. Call, text, email. You can also find me here on social media. I clearly use social media at Matt Long Realtor, pretty much everywhere. And you can give me a call directly. My cell is 352-403-3730. So it's been great, y'all. Those are your, again, 5 tips for buying homes, real estate. I'll have a link in the comment section to the article that's over on my website. Gives a little bit more in-depth information. If you ever have any questions, no matter what it is, hit me up, let me know. Appreciate it, y'all. And then I see you, Michael. Thanks for logging on.